G'day, Matt from AVOZ. Here to talk to you today about the AudioFlow speaker switch, and specifically today I'm going to talk about the comparator mode. Comparator mode allows me to have 4 pairs of speakers connected to one amplifier and be able to switch instantly between each of those pairs of speakers to compare them, A plus B plus C plus D, or A or B or C or D, or any of those combinations. And switch them instantly with absolutely zero signal path interference. So what goes in is what comes out. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and just show you what's inside the box, and then explain to you how the unit works. So in order to open the box, pretty simple. Just undo the tape across the back, and inside the box you'll find a quick getting started manual. You'll find the 240 volt power supply and all of the adapters. You'll find the newly included speaker snap, so genuine speaker snap adapters on the back, for the back as well, and finally the actual unit itself. Now these come in a 2-way, a 3-way and a 4-way, but this particular one is the 4-way, which is, I think, the most useful or practical one for a showroom where you want to compare speakers. So the unit itself, quite light, quite compact, has capacitive touch buttons across the front, the AudioFlow logo, and of course the model number, the 4-way speaker switch, and here it tells you how to use the unit. But as I say, you can use it for multi-room and run one amplifier to multiple pairs of speakers, but today we're going to talk specifically about the comparator mode. So I'll get this all set up, and then I'll turn it on and we'll show you how to program it, and of course how to use it in comparator mode. Okay, we're going to set up the AudioFlow 4-way smart speaker switch, and we're going to set up in comparator mode the same way we would if we were doing in a shop and we wanted to compare one amplifier with 3 or 4 or multiple pairs of speakers, so 2, 3 or 4 pairs of speakers, without having to have them all connected to multiple different amplifiers, or plug and unplug as well. So we've got the app downloaded. We'll set up a new AudioFlow. It's going to ask us to connect to the Wi-Fi network that this is creating, so we can do that. Off, press and hold, press and hold. Find the AudioFlow network, there it is. Connected, okay, and then it's asking us to put in the security code, which is 946740. 946740. So now it's going to ask us to connect to our network. So we'll connect to our network, and you'll have to excuse me through the magic television. There we go. And now the password is in. We'll hit OK and go. So it's now going to connect this to my existing Wi-Fi network, which is what makes it smart. It allows us to connect with things like Alexa and Siri, for example, but also things like Control 4 and KNX, those sorts of control modules or control systems. So it's telling me what I'm doing. It's finishing the setup now. My AudioFlow is ready. Let's go. So you can see straight away on the screen, and it doesn't matter whether this is Android or Apple, Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, Zone D. So I can just walk up to it and touch each of the zones and switch them on and off. And you can see that it replicates it on the screen what I'm doing, but I can also do it on the screen as well. So Zone A, Zone B, Zone D and Zone C. Now, using it in multi-room mode, then multi-zone mode, we can have multiple pairs of speakers running at the same time, but this is about the comparator. So we're going to go into the settings, and we're going to go into our device. We can turn each of these zones on or off, but we can also rename the zone as well. So if we want to give the zone a name, we could call it speaker 1, so it might be, I don't know, KLH for example, speaker 1, you might call it KLH, and we're going to enable the zone or turn it off. So we can have a 4-zone speaker switch and just run 3 pairs of speakers, or 2 pairs if that's what we want. Save the settings, and now you can see it's called speaker zone or speaker 1. So when we talk to it, if we connect it to Alexa or to Siri, we can say, hey Alexa, turn on speaker 1, and she'll talk in the background and say that she can't do that because she's not connected to speaker 1. But we can also turn on here, which is where the comparator mode comes in. We can turn it to 1 at a time mode or have it in multi-mode. So the advantage of having it in 1 at a time mode is whatever goes in via the amplifier in, and I'll show you the back of it as well. So we have a single amplifier in, multiple speakers out. Whatever goes in via the amplifier is exactly what comes out. It's an uninterrupted signal path, and it's using relays to switch between each of the speakers. So when you switch from speaker A to speaker B, there's 0 downtime and there's no signal path interruption at all. It is exactly what goes in is exactly what comes back out again. So now when I press 1 at a time mode, you can see that it, instead of allowing me to have multiple zones on at the same time, and I should be able to replicate that up here on the screen so you can see it at the same time, it will only have 1 pair of speakers on at a time. So obviously there's some delay in getting the signal back here, but it's happening automatically down here. So if I've got speaker 1 connected, or if I've got speaker 4 connected, it can only be those speakers at that time. So there's no signal path going through the amp to speaker B or speaker C or speaker D. It's only going through 1 at a time. So if I was to hand the customer the remote control and say, here, have a listen to these speakers, and when you're ready, switch over to those speakers, press it there, and you can see it happens instantly. So now you've got a way in your shop to have one amplifier and 4 pairs of speakers all connected at the same time, and be able to listen and do critical A plus B or A or B comparisons. But now you can do A or B or C or D comparisons through one really smart switch. You can do it via voice, you can do it via app, or you can do it simply by touching across the front as well. So really, really smart device, and available exclusively in Australia through AVOZ. You can look it up on our website, avoz.com.au, or look up AudioFlow or flow.audio is their website, and you can see the product there as well. And as I say, it comes with the speaker snap connectors now as well. So gone are the days of the old Molex connectors on the back. Really quick, really easy, and look, it'll take up to a 12 gauge cable. I'd suggest probably a 14 gauge cable is pretty comfortable inside these, but up to a 12 gauge cable as well. So just a really, really smart piece of kit that allows you to control multiple speakers off one amplifier inside your shop.